Hey friends, it's time to get your budget ready for October. So let's go over all the things that you need to remember to budget for this month, some super simple money challenges that will help you look out for future you, and of course all the things that are on sale and in season. Let's go. So if you didn't know, I'm Sarah, also known as Budget Girl here on the internet, and I've been talking about personal finances, primarily my own, for almost the last decade, tracking my way out of a ton of student debt to now a really nice net worth, multiple streams of income. I actually created this guide a little while back for me to help me remember seasonal things that I needed to remember to budget for so that nothing would surprise me ever again. If you like this type of encouraging money content, go ahead and like this video and subscribe or share with a friend. Let's start with some things that you need to remember to budget for because they'll sneak up on you. First off, October is obviously Halloween month. So if you haven't already gotten your costumes for your family, your candy, if you plan to go trick-or-treating or have people come trick-or-treat at your house, or any of the peripheral celebrations that happen around this time of year, make sure you have a little bit of spending money for that. Your local city is probably putting on some sort of free community event, so make sure to check out your city's calendar for that if you're in the mood for some budget fun. Next, don't forget to budget for some new seasonal clothing if you need it, and that's an if. Cool weather is coming, and so I want you to go ahead and check your wardrobe, pull out your cold weather stuff, and make sure that everything is in good condition. If your down jacket from last year is leaving feathers everywhere, once you find one that is a good price and on sale, you might want to budget for a new one. If you have kids that have grown in the past year, you might need new shoes or maybe a sweater shrunk in the wash at the end of last season, but do absolutely do a wardrobe audit before purchasing new items. Because cold weather is coming, those types of clothing are actually going to be at the highest price point right now, but if you shop around, you can find some deals. And if you find some things that are no longer your style or you no longer want, consider selling those to fund your new winter wear purchases. I have a guide on how to sell your stuff easily online that I'll link below. Don't forget to budget for any fall events. While your city might be offering some free community ones, there also might be hay rides, pumpkin carving contests that you need to purchase stuff for, apple picking, fall carnivals, or even just the occasional pumpkin spice latte. Make sure that you include those in your budget so that you don't have to go without and that you can enjoy the season while splurging in a budget-friendly way. It is also sports season, so if you have sports people in your life, make sure to plan for football tickets, travel, game watching parties, associated sporty activities, eating out, gear, training fees, all of those. And finally, if you have kids in school, it might be school picture time. Packages can generally cost between $50 and $200 or more, so make sure that you allot for that in your budget. And also a reminder, as someone who recently went through all of the pictures that my parents lovingly purchased when I was a child, you don't necessarily need 10 9x12s of your child at this particular age. A smaller package is likely gonna do just fine. I threw so many pictures of my face away. And somehow you always order more of the ones where the kid would not like how they looked. Sincerely, a few are fine. There were 100 of these. And yes, this is cute, but most of them were not. For instance, a few are fine, I promise. Also, if you're planning on taking any family photos, make sure to book your local photographers early. There are a ton of great deals on Facebook from photographers doing fall mini sessions that may even have a setup already planned, and you can get a few shots of your family together. At least I know I was loved. Next, let's get into this month's money challenges. These are super quick and fairly easy things that you can do to set your future self up financially for success. And I promise you'll feel accomplished as heck by the end of them. Our first money challenge is to make sure to prepare your home for cooler weather and winter. If you're a homeowner, there are a few things that you should do around your home to make sure that it is prepared for winter. And by doing these, you can avoid some very hefty bills from things that could have gone wrong. Some of these things include to clean your furnace filters if you have one. Check your roof and make sure there's no debris or anything on it that could cause rot. Check your window seals, and if they're light, reseal those using some caulk. And also check for gaps in insulation. It may also be a good time to blow out your dryer's vents or have a professional do it. Mine is on the roof, so I pay someone to do that, which can help you avoid house fires and make your dryer run more efficiently. This task should be done every 3 years to avoid bad things happening. It can also save electricity because your dryer is not working as hard. If you're in an area that's prone to freezing, make sure that you have faucet covers and shut off and drain outside water lines. You can also winterize your irrigation systems if you have one. Inspect your walkways, driveways, and sidewalks for damage that could be covered by snow or ice. And as the season for flying pests is almost over, make sure to clear any cobwebs, wasp nests, and clear any debris from your outside spaces. It's also a good time to spray for pests that could be trying to get inside to escape the cold. I actually have an entire home maintenance winter checklist on my website. You can see it at budgetgirl.com/free. You can download it there. The final challenge is to actually start shopping. Holiday shopping, that is. It is never too early to start looking for good deals for your Christmas time, holiday time presents, because the longer you have to look for them, set price alerts and things like that, the more likely you are to be able to save money. Shipping delays and price gouges at the last minute make it harder and more expensive for people who wait until the last minute to shop. So start right now with a list and with a budget. You can also get my holiday budget planner on my Etsy shop, which I'll link below, if you would like to make sure that you have absolutely everything covered. I encourage you to make a list of all of the people that you plan to give gifts to, along with ideas for what to get them, what type of budget is associated with each person, what meals you plan to cook for either people coming to you or you going to them, any decor that you might have to replace, say old string lights that need an upgrade because half of them went out by the end of last Christmas. And don't forget travel expenses, tips for your service people, and teacher gifts if you have kids. It may sound a little bit overwhelming, but if you set your budget now and make realistic lists, you will be much less overwhelmed when the holiday time comes. And if you'd like to get any personal finance or money education related gifts, you can check out my frugal gift guide on budgetgirl.com. It is especially great for people in your life who are trying to improve their finances, or if you'd like to help teach kids about money. Next, let's talk about what goes on sale and is in season in October. Everything goes on sale eventually, and if you time your purchases correctly, you can save big. As always, please don't let this list encourage you to buy anything that you don't need, but instead plan your purchases better. In September and October, bottom barrel clearance on outdoor furniture will be going on. If there's any left in stores, prices will be sliced extraordinarily because they're actively trying to get that stuff out and gone. People are purchasing Christmas stuff now. It's also currently the cheapest time to buy an air conditioner, and I wish that happened a few months ago when I had to replace the one next door. And it's also the cheapest time to get your units serviced. So if you made it through this entire season, when you didn't get your AC service this year, now is when the service people have availability and probably a little bit of a discount because it's not going to be working as hard, and the full clean and check system can go just a little smoother. Next, summer clothing is of course going to be on clearance. If there's anything that got used up or that you know you need to replace from the summer, say swimsuits, towels, summer water shoes, that kind of thing, it's absolutely the cheapest time of year to buy those, and you can always store them for next year if you're pretty sure everyone's gonna stay the same size, or plan for what size you might be then. This is probably also about the last time that you will be able to buy those types of items, especially in store, until next March. And finally, Christmas decor is currently being released. Discount stores like the Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, and Walmart are releasing all of their Christmas things, and they may not restock their most popular items. So if you are on a budget, shop now or wait until after the holidays have passed. Next, let's talk about what we need to wait to buy, if at all possible. These items are going to be the most expensive that they will be all year, and if you can avoid purchasing it, please do. Right now, all of the companies have elevated their prices in order to make it look like a bigger drop when Black Friday comes. It's only about a month and a half away, so if you can hold on, do it, you can save a lot of money. The same goes for kitchen items and appliances and jewelry. If you can wait until Black Friday, you can probably get a much, much better deal. Black Friday also is probably a good time to catch some sales on winter gear like coats, scarves, and hats. They'll probably be discounting those pretty heavily to get people in the door, and it's probably gonna be one of the only discounts you see on that type of cold weather clothing until the end of the season. Pumpkins. If you can wait until after Halloween, pumpkin prices will fall significantly. If you need a pumpkin for Halloween, I'm not stopping you. I'm just giving you the info. And finally, if you can hold off on baking supplies, those will go on sale in November in preparation for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Let's talk about what is in season in October, because when you shop groceries in season, you save money. For fruits, we have apples, bananas, winter cherries, chestnuts, carob, figs, grapes, prickly pear, pineapples, persimmons, pomegranates, and plums. And for vegetables, we have chard, cauliflower, cabbage, chicory, onion, beet tops, mushrooms, beans, endives, lettuce, potatoes, peas, leeks, radicchio, am I saying that right? Horseradish, turnips, radishes, celery, spinach, artichokes, and pumpkin. And for even more ways to save on your grocery bill, will have a few articles and some frugal recipes linked below. Those are gonna be at budgetgirl.com. I would love to know what your October plans are and also what you're dressing as for Halloween. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.